Hello and welcome to Utopia in about 3 minutes. It is a game for 2 to 5 players. There is no official solo mode. Playing time is around 60 minutes. It's a relatively simple game. Well, the box says this game is about the wise king of Utopia summoning great minds and thinkers from human history and getting them to work together to create a great utopian state. But the truth is something far different. None of these visitors ever leave. This utopia and everything in it is built by consuming those visitors. The utopia is nothing more than a sinister sacrifice factory where the idle powers that be steal people from history, work them into the ground to construct monuments, and debate about which culture is so hot right now like they are fashion items. The winner of this game is the player who scores the most victory points. These are gained by building wonders, sacrificing people, and having monuments that are currently in fashion with the elite of the utopia. The game ends the turn a player passes 50 points. Competitive. Only one player can win this game. Area control. Each player is trying to control as much of the kingdom of Utopia as possible. Set collection. Groups of cards and groups of tokens are the key to victory. Player turn. Player orders determined by victory points, with the leader going first and so on. The first thing you will do is grab 3 visitors per player and assign them to the island matching their background. Each visitor represents one of the 5 cultures in this game. Starting with the first player, you will take one of these tokens and replace it with your own token of the same type. You then place it in any spot on the matching island. Repeat this until all visitors have been claimed. Then, each player draws 5 cards. The leader must discard 2 cards, and all other players, except the person in last place, must discard 1. The first player does all their card actions, and so on until the last player. If you ever have one of each token on an island, you can build that island's wonder and claim 6 VPs. You also gain VPs equal to the value shown in the region each time anyone builds a monument there. If you have 3 of the same tokens in a region, you can build a monument. You can use 1 card to move up to 2 tokens via ships or via land. You can use 1 card to spawn a matching token at a monument, and 1 card to consume a token at its matching monument for victory points. You can use 3 identical cards to spawn a new token of that type. You can use 1 card to boost 1 culture's monument in the scoring track, or 2 cards to send 1 culture from the top of the track to the very bottom. Points are scored each round by how popular each culture is, so changing this track has a huge swing on points. When the last player has finished their turn, check to see if anyone has 50 points. Otherwise, it is a new turn. Why would you like this game? Utopia is a quick and fast-paced game that has a fair bit of trickery and cleverness in it. It's similar to a lot of area control games, but has just enough going for it to make it stand out a little. Part of that is the monuments and wonders. It has a grander feel than most area control games. It's also much more of a race than other area control games, because once you have locked down an area, you cannot lose control of it. And this game has some of the strongest catch-up mechanics I've seen. The single best thing about the game is playing a game about a utopia as though it is something more sinister, with sacrifices and the elite's fickle fashions being the drivers behind the game. However, the color palette, iconography, and visuals of this game are a bit of a mess and makes it far harder to scan information than it really should be. It's also far bigger and overproduced than it really needed to be. It's a simple yet clever area control game presented like it's something far grander than it really is. Many people consider El Grande to be the best area control game ever made, so I recommend checking that out. I also think Tammany Hall does most of what Utopia sets out to do, but in a far more consistent way. If you enjoyed this recap, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out our Patreon. The next game we will be covering is Ryan Lockett's The Ancient World.